Hello, my name is Dee. Welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome back if you have been here before. So today we are going to do a very general love reading, just simply asking what is coming up next in your love life. Okay, what is next in love for you? We have three piles as usual. And first up, we will have pile 1 with this smoky quartz heart, pile 2 with a sodalite heart, and pile 3 with Tiger's Eye. And with that said, let's jump right into it. Pile 1 with the smoky quartz. What is coming up next in your love life? Okay, pile 1. Let's see what is next. Oh. Okay, we're keeping that card because he fell out aside from the rest, but these were the rest of the cards to jump out. So they are going back in. Okay, so one thing that's coming up immediately for me is that there might be at times this worry, like especially, let's say, especially if you are in a relationship, there might be this worry of whether or not you are worthy of it. And even if you're single right now, there might be this worry of what it is, or that could be something that's coming up in the future, because the first two cards to jump out are absolutely beautiful. We have the Four of Wands and we have the Six of Cups. So what's coming up next in your love life is literally you finding someone, or you strengthening and deepening the level of commitment within the connection you're in right now. Okay, and that this is going to be a love that is incredibly stable, secure, loyal, and committed. That this is going to be a love that is very kind, very open, a lot of honesty, a lot of gratitude and reciprocation for one another, a lot of respect for one another as well. And then we have the Nine of Swords jumping out right after. And I feel like that Nine of Swords could be doubts that you're having right now because you're in a relationship, or even doubts being single, of worrying, are you worthy of love? And that's something that's going to need to be addressed through self-healing work, through focusing on building up your self-worth and your self-esteem. Okay, because there's this worry of whether or not you're worthy of this, whether or not you're deserving of this. And I feel like for people that have perhaps already met this person, that's been a really big struggle for you, because this connection is like, for you, this connection feels like it's too good to be true. And for people that are attracting this connection and it's not already in your life at this moment in time, again, there's going to, when you get into it, you're going to consistently feel like that this connection is too good to be true. You know, you're going to feel worried and anxious in a way because you don't feel worthy of, and it could be that you don't feel worthy of love. You know, it could quite literally be that there's this lack of self-worth that makes you anxious when somebody seems to value you, and when somebody sees your worth, that's something that almost doesn't sit right with you, and that's something that feels a little bit too good to be true. And with the Queen of Wands jumping out next, I mean, the Queen of Wands is indicating somebody who's very passionate, optimistic, outgoing, somebody who's very physically attractive, someone who has their shit together too, somebody who's, you know, and not only that, but we also have the Nine of Pentacles jumping out a little bit later. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse jumps out in between. But the real issue here in regard to I guess, like, the real issue here, or an issue that you might have with yourself, is seeing your own worth. Okay, because other people see it. Other people see it, and you're either in this connection right now where there's a lot of love, there's a lot of mutual respect, there's commitment, there's loyalty that this person, this person's incredibly loyal. This person wants to build a life with you, build a future with you. This person sees you for who you are, and they're absolutely in love with you. They're absolutely in love with the person that you are. And it's necessary that you begin to see your own worth for yourself. And I would highly recommend doing, focusing on self-love. Regardless of if you're single or in a relationship right now, one of your main focuses should be on self-love and on rebuilding self-worth, and focusing focusing on self-confidence as well. Because there's such a strong message here, even with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, of you not seeing your own worth. And that causes for you to doubt the foundation and the life that you are building with this other person, or that you will very shortly be building with this other person, because you don't see your own worth. Okay, so I hope that that's making sense. Ooh. Okay. Scoochy puppy. I don't know where that card went. I think it went underneath my dog, Coco. Now he's stepping all over it. But yeah, then the Two of Swords jumped out. That was the card that my dog was hoarding underneath his toe just now. But the Two of Swords in reverse, I feel like, would indicate to me that you feel rather stuck, or you almost feel confused. And that's something that you have to begin to work through. Because I feel like for some, I almost feel like it's 50-50. 50-50 in regard to, some of you are still trying to manifest or attract this beautiful love connection, and this beautiful love connection is what's coming in next into your love life. But either way, if you're with this person, you're still confused. You're confused in what it is that they see in you. And that's because of this lack of self-worth. That's because you're not recognizing your worth. You're not seeing yourself for who it is that you truly are, and what it is that you don't see your own worth, I guess is what I'll continue to say it as. Because even with the Eight of Pentacles jumping out next, Eight of Pentacles I look at as a card of self-worth and of self-confidence. This is a card that also indicates hard work and being determined to rectify this. Because your confusion surrounding what other people look at you as, like, other people are intimidated by you. The Queen of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles are like a huge intimidation factor, okay? Other people are intimidated by you because you are beautiful, because you're independent, because you're successful, because you have it all. Like, you have everything going for you. Other people look at you as the person of their dreams, and that you don't recognize that for yourself. You don't see your own worth. And it confuses you when someone does show an interest in you, which is, like, for lack of a better way of putting it, it is sad. It's sad that you do not see your own worth, that you don't see what other people see in you. Okay, and it's absolutely necessary. It's kind of making me emotional. But it's like I don't feel like there's a risk of you missing out on this person. I don't feel like there's a risk of you, of if you're in a relationship with this person, I don't feel like there's a risk of anything happening within this connection. This is a connection, and this is a person that's sticking with you through thick and thin. This is more so, this connection is either on its way to you or you are already in it, and it's absolutely necessary that you begin to focus on your self-worth, to focus on self-love, and to begin to see how worthy you truly are. Overall, you don't want to continue to doubt the connection itself at times, even because of the way that you feel about yourself. You don't want to continue to doubt. And the Ten of Wands jumped out, and he was just on the bottom of the deck too, and when I saw it, I just got this message of, I don't feel like it will overall affect it, but it is going to put a strain on the connection, especially if you keep questioning this person. And not that you would question them, although some people might, you might question your person of like, what do you even see in me? That type of thing, especially if you are having a particularly bad day. But it does put this strain on it, even if it's something that you keep to yourself. Like that insecurity, let's say, that's coming through here, that worry that's coming through here of not being worthy enough, of not being good enough for this person, it does put a strain on the connection in the sense that you are feeling poorly about yourself or that you don't love yourself. Um, and I always butcher it, but how the hell are you going to expect somebody else to love you if you don't even love yourself? Okay? So then we move forward to the Eight of Cups. He just jumped out, and the Eight of Cups to me is you moving on from this type of thinking. Of you moving on from this, potentially like straining and burdensome mindset that you're carrying onto as it pertains to yourself. Okay, so again, this connection is already yours. This person sees your worth, as does so many other people. Like I said, you are one bad bitch or bastard. You are somebody that people feel intimidated by because they see your worth. They see you. And another thing too, like you exude confidence. And it doesn't feel like you are confident, but you exude confidence. You are so worthy of this connection. You're so worthy of love. You're so worthy as well of loving yourself. And it's time that you begin to move forward into this energy of seeing it and believing it for yourself. Okay, so there's a huge, so many cards. I'm not sure if one fell. No. Okay. But it's so important that you begin to see that for yourself because, again, in order to have success within your relationship, but also I look at the Six of Wands can be a card of recognition and reward in general. So to me, I just find it funny because like other people, they see this in you, they recognize this in you, and you need to start recognizing it for yourself. Okay, because what's coming next in love is you deepening the level of commitment with this person. To me, especially the Four of Wands, it can indicate moving in with this person, moving with this person. It can indicate deepening the level of commitment within a connection. It can indicate, love and marriage and so on and so forth. So this connection is one that is in it for the long haul. And now we have the Sun jumping out. The Sun is another card of authenticity. It's a card of confidence, a card of optimism. It's also a card of shedding light on something. And perhaps some of you have been struggling or have been feeling this way within your relationships, and you might not have been able to put a definitive, let's say, like you might not have been able to define the way in which you were feeling. And I feel like a lot of the way in which you're feeling, a lot of the reason why you're worrying, a lot of and so on and so forth, is because you're confused as to what this person sees in you. And at the end of the day, this is an issue of self-worth, let's say, because you're doubting someone who's only been kind to you. You're doubting someone that's only been open and honest with you. You're doubting someone that's perhaps even literally told you, if this is already someone in your life, that you are the person of their dreams and that you're their person and that they feel this, a beautiful connection with you and that they're madly in love with you, but there's still a part of you that doubts it, and that doubt is stemming from a lack of self-worth and a lack of worthiness. Okay, so I hope that is making sense so far, because as I said, this connection is in it for the long haul. These issues that are taking place, or any strain that you feel, any doubt that you feel, it's coming from within. It's not coming from your person. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. I'm trying to get some oracle cards. Oh, Jesus. Okay. So we have the Wicked card jump out. The Wicked card, it brings up harmful, dangerous, false portrayal. And to me, again, I don't really feel like, I feel like the main things on the card is how harmful and dangerous perhaps this mindset is for yourself, and even at times for the connection, because of the strain that it puts on it. Because if you're constantly feeling like you're unworthy of this love that you have attracted into your life, energetically attracted into your life, if you're constantly feeling like you're not good enough, that's a very, it's very harming to your self-worth. And then we have in self-indulgence, which is calling for you to focus on yourself, to focus on self-worth, that it's time to heal, it's time to do the shadow work, and it's time to appreciate yourself. Okay, it's time for some self-appreciation. So again, a lot of these issues, and then even to see Wicked next to the self-indulgence card, it's again indicating to me that this harmful mindset is insidious, or it's coming from within you. Okay, that you're doubting this beautiful love story. And again, if you're single right now, your lack of focusing on self-love and your lack of feeling worthy enough of having this beautiful type of love in your life is causing issues in you opening yourself up toward this kind of love. Okay? Or if it's like a complicated connection, or you're in separation from someone, you're not being open, you're not opening yourself up to this connection because of that lack of worthiness. Okay, again, I hope that makes sense. What are you? Oh, he fell. We have abundance. Keep a positive mindset. Okay, manifest exactly what you want. Gratitude and bliss. Again, focus on self-worth. Focus on cultivating this abundance mindset, or this worthiness. Focus on cultivating this positive mindset. A mindset that's going to allow for you to attract this type of love into your life, rather than, kind of blocking it out because you don't feel like you're worthy enough. And let's see if we can get another card. We're going to shuffle him. Oh, there we go. And taking out the trash. Okay, and taking out the trash brings up healing, and it brings up self-love. Okay, and it also brings up emotional clearing. And that's something that really needs to be focused on right now. Again, whether you're in a relationship with this person, or your next love interest is literally going to be your person. Because if you're in a relationship right now, there's a very high chance that this is your person, that this is somebody that you're going to live a very long, very happy, fulfilling life with. And whoever it is that is on their way to you, if you are completely single, is again somebody that is going to be a life partner, somebody that you're going to have a very healthy, very fulfilling, and loving relationship with. So it's absolutely necessary, either way you slice it on your, relationship status, that you begin to focus on self-love and on strengthening your self-worth, because you can't see your worth right now. And it's, again, necessary. I would focus on meditative work. I would focus on, again, self-love and self-care, strengthening your self-worth and your self-confidence, and really beginning to see the beauty that exists within you, beginning to show gratitude for exactly who you are and exactly what it is that you have. Gratitude even is a huge part of this as well, which is what, and the abundance mindset was brought up as well through the oracle cards. Okay, so there needs to be a focus on worthiness and a focus on loving yourself in order to move forward within your love life. Okay, so I hope that made sense, pile 1. My smoky quartz pile. I really hope that it made sense. I hope that gave you some clarity and some insight into what is coming in next into your love life. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you today, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. Hello, pile 2, my sodalite pile. So today we are looking at what is coming up next in your love life. Okay, what is next for you in love? Pile 2. Losing half the deck. Let's see, pile 2, what is next in your love life? Okay, be wary within your love life. We have the Knight of Swords in reverse, followed by the Two of Cups in reverse. Okay? So this to me brings forth this very rushed energy, somebody that might be trying to rush you into a relationship. That Two of Cups in reverse brings up this imbalance within a relationship. It could even be this controlling type of energy. And to me, with it feeling rushed, let me see if I can get more cards to jump out. Knight of Cups in reverse. Okay, so be wary, because what's coming up next in your love life, and I feel like this is I feel like, okay, first of all, we have 3 knights already out here. And with all these knights, it does indicate, for the most part, it indicates a younger male energy. And with that younger male energy that's coming through here, again, it feels like someone who is not ready for a relationship. It feels like someone who is going to be quite the player, somebody who's going to play a lot of mind games, somebody who wants to have their cake and eat it too, because of this feeling again of them almost trying to rush you into something, but them not treating you well at the same time, especially with the Two of Cups in reverse. Two of Cups in reverse to me, I also think that the Two of Cups has a direct message behind it of, like abusive power, or even perhaps being controlling. But to me, to see the Knight of Swords and the Two of Cups together, one of the first things that I got was, again, rushed and controlling. Like somebody, even with the Knight of Cups in reverse, especially, there being this possessiveness over you, or them trying to exert their power or their will or what they want over you. It feels to me like somebody who, with that rushing energy, it's almost like they want to rush the sexual aspect of the connection, and that's not really something that you're comfortable with, and that's not something that you're looking for. So overall, this person might be wanting a casual relationship. However, with the emotional manipulation and the control factor that's coming out here, they could very well just also be a player that's trying to, somebody that's basically trying to make you feel like they want a relationship, somebody that's sending you mixed signals, let's say, in that way, making it seem like they want a relationship, but really they just want to, for lack of a better way of putting it, they just want to kind of hit it and quit it. But they don't want, and if they're sticking around you, this might be somebody who, again, wants to have their cake and eat it too. They don't want to commit to you, but they don't want you to be looking elsewhere at the same time. And in that regard, when it comes to what is next for you in your love life, you're being urged, I feel like, with the Knight of Pentacles that jumped out next, to wait. Because the type of people that are going to be coming into your love life are these like non-committal, rushing fools that you don't want to be dealing with. Okay, so if you're looking for a casual type of relationship or friends with benefits type of relationship, then that is what's coming in next in regard to your love life. But if you are looking for something more serious than that, you're being urged to wait. Okay, being urged to wait for the right person, not to allow yourself to be like roped into something that you might not exactly be comfortable with. Okay. And again, I honestly don't feel like you're comfortable with that type of relationship, or at least most of you. That's not what you're looking for, because we have Strength in reverse and we have 8 of Cups. And I feel like we have this message of like these typical shitbag players that would be the next in your love life. And that's why you're being urged to wait. And in that meantime, you're being asked to focus on self-love and self-care with the Strength card. You're also being asked to not allow yourself to be so, for lack of a better way of putting it, the message that I'm getting from this is not to allow yourself to be so vulnerable to this type of behavior. And in that case, what you're being urged to do is focus on your self-worth. Okay, to focus on self-worth. Like, if you do not want to continue to be in these types of situations, or like situationships, then you're being urged to, not do it. Okay, and I feel like that's just as easy as it sounds. Like if you're sick of these players or these people that are trying to rush you, these people that want to have their cake and eat it too, um, these people that want to be somewhat controlling over your time, effort, and energy, but don't give you time, effort, and energy back in return. You're being urged to just separate yourself from these types of connections and these types of people. Especially with the Eight of Cups, you're being urged to move away from this non-serious type of connection so that you can begin to move forward and so that you can begin to build up your self-confidence and your self-worth, and that you're not settling, especially so that you are not settling for less than what you deserve. Because right now you might be in this cycle of continuing to put yourself in situations that are no longer serving you. Situations with like these shitbag player type of people, and you're being urged to stop. That it's time to stop. And then, okay, so now Two of Swords in reverse jumped out. Two of Swords in reverse has jumped out a lot today. Two of Swords in reverse jumps out, and the first thing that I heard from it is like, but if it's not for these connections, then I wouldn't have anyone. And that's fucking okay. Like, that's okay. That's okay. You don't need to continue to remain stuck. Like, if anything, these types of connections, which are connections that you are absolutely not looking for, that you're absolutely over and done with and want to stop getting involved with, it's okay to spend some time on your own. Okay, but I did just get this kind of like, if I'm not doing this, like if I'm not, let's say, having these casual relationships, or if I'm not looking for meaningless sex, then that means that I'm going to be alone. Especially, and that just kind of to me further reiterates that, you're kind of used to this by now. You're used to these types of people, and I feel like that's why with that message that we got a little bit earlier of stop allowing yourself to be vulnerable to these types of people was kind of like so just stop. Like stop doing it, like stop putting yourself in these same situations. Ooh. And 5 or 6 cards jumped out, so I put them back, but one card that was up right at first was the Six of Wands. Again, focusing on this perhaps at times being an issue of self-worth and having to focus on your self-worth. And I also feel like with this pile in general, it is necessary for you to focus on, it's necessary for you to begin to focus on being comfortable being alone. Okay, being comfortable being alone, being comfortable not being in a relationship for some people. Okay, and then we have the Two of Swords being followed up by the Ten of Cups in reverse. Again, what's being indicated is like what is coming into your love life next is the same type of betrayal and bullshit that you've been putting up with. The same lack of fulfillment and really same lack of unhealthy relationship partners that you've been dealing with. And at the bottom of the deck, actually, before I shuffle it away, was the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Again, indicating that if you were to put yourself out there right now, and I'm sorry because it is like an unfortunate message to hear, but if you were to put yourself out there right now before you focus on, let's say, self-worth, before you focus on leaving behind situations that are no longer serving you, and so on and so forth, it does seem like you'd be energetically attracting more of the same. Like more of the same of what you have been putting up with in your love life. And again, you're being urged to wait. We have 4 of Pentacles in reverse, and we have the Hanged Man. Okay, 4 of Pentacles jumped out first. This is indicating to me that there might be deep-seated issues in regard to your self-worth. There might also be deep-seated relationship trauma that you are still holding on to. And even with that, in an effort not to bring this type of baggage into your next relationship, you're being urged to wait and to focus on yourself for a while. Okay? And then we have the Empress. Okay? So what's coming next into your love life is more or less the same, unless you decide to wait, focus on what it is that you need to heal from, and decide to, take care of yourself and focus on self-love, self-care, Focus on releasing yourself from these situations with these shitbags. Focus on healing from these situations that you have had with these shitbags, and to get comfortable being alone. Okay? And I do feel like such an important piece of this is that for some of you, for some of you, pile 2, you might need to feel like, you need to be in a relationship. Like, relationships might be something that you feel brings you happiness and brings you fulfillment and brings you joy. And what you're being urged to do right now, part of this waiting and pausing, like putting a pause on your love life in regard to other people or other connections, is to begin to feel whole, to begin to feel fulfilled, to begin to feel joyful and happy all on your own. Because you might be seeking relationships for external happiness or for external fulfillment. And right now you're really being urged to begin to be fulfilled, to feel fulfillment and to feel happiness being on your own. You know, having it come from within versus having it come from versus having it come from external relationships. Okay, finding it internally. So we have karmic relationship. First we have coffee cup, which brings up friendship. It also brings up savoring so basically, to me, with this coffee cup card, I feel like what's coming through here is casual dating, or dating multiple people. And even in regard to like what's been perhaps happening in the recent past, is like meeting different people, meeting new people, but them kind of all having that same shitbag behavior. Okay, and we then have karmic relationship. I feel like one of them was the shittiest bag out of the group with this karmic relationship card. But in general, this is bringing up, you know, fleeting relationships, fleeting emotions, tumultuous relationships that you have been in. Okay, and relationships that were very triggering for you. And we also have the screw. And the screw is all about how this person is, you know, not truly interested, but really just wants to have sex. You know, not interested, leaving quickly. Horizontal jogging is what the card says. So again, there's this seems like it's been a little bit of a pattern. You know, like it's been a pattern. And that doesn't mean that you've, let's say, screwed all of these people, but what it does mean is you've gotten screwed over by all of these people. And all of these people were perhaps only looking for one thing, which was sex. You know, like they were just looking for a casual relationship. We then have the inner work card jumping out. Heal yourself first. You'll attract what you are. Choose partners that want to grow with you. Okay, so a lot of the themes that we've seen throughout the reading. Okay, focusing on healing, focusing on you. Oh my goodness, where did you go? You know, focusing on these really, at the end of the day too, when you think about it, these were partners that didn't want to grow with you. These were partners that either wanted one thing or wanted to exert some type of control and power over you, while not even really committing to the relationship itself. Okay, so you're being urged to really get yourself into, like, to heal yourself first, to release this relationship trauma, to focus on self-love, to focus on self-worth, self-care, meditative work, to focus on this inner work in order to energetically attract someone who wants to have a healthy, fulfilling, and loving relationship. Okay, and I feel like right now something that is perhaps acting as a block is you not perhaps focusing on self-love, or it's not you not focusing on releasing a lot of the built up baggage and trauma, and instead you're carrying it all around with you. I'd also focus on heart chakra healing as well. Okay, we then have the meow card, having fun. Having fun. It also mentions being free-spirited or being playful. I also feel like in general this is urging for you to again focus on feeling whole and feeling happy all on your own. feeling fulfilled all on your own. Jesus. And what are you? Okay, I'm going to take the card that jumped onto the floor, which is feel great first. We also have the coffin card. Endings bring new beginnings. And I feel like in regard to your love life, you choosing to separate yourself from and move away from people who have been treating you like this is going to allow for there to be new beginnings within your love life. But there needs to be, what the card also says, there needs to be growth and change and transitioning occurring during this break that you take from trying to find love. And then we have feel great first. Oh my goodness, I'm dropping him again. Feel great first. I guess he's very important. Feel the feeling of having a healthy partner or a healthy relationship. Raise your vibration and you will attract the same. Very similar to the inner work card. You know, with how it said you'll attract what you are. Because right now, you might be feeling low self-worth. You might be feeling like even, let's say, fears of abandonment. And then you're meeting all of these people that have a fear of commitment or that are, you know, commitment phobes that don't want to commit to you. And you're not that you want to attract somebody with a fear of abandonment, but if you're not working through that deep-seated trauma, if you're not working through that fear of abandonment, and raising your vibration and focusing on healing yourself, and so on and so forth, you might continue to, let's say, energetically attract these people that have this fear of commitment. Okay, and so on and so forth. I hope that that somewhat made sense, but it seems like that's what's going on here a little bit. Like you keep energetically attracting the same type of person, and I feel like that's because you haven't allowed for yourself to be alone. You haven't allowed for yourself to focus on yourself, to focus on self-love, to focus on self-care. You haven't really given yourself, perhaps for some people, a chance in between relationships to heal and to release and to move forward without the baggage of that previous relationship. Okay, so I hope that that made sense. And I hope that I was able to bring you some insight into what is coming next into your love life. It seems like you're being urged, as for what is coming in next, you're being urged to focus basically exclusively on self-love. And if you're not focusing exclusively on self-love, to at least be wary of these same types of FWB type of relationships coming into your life. Okay, so I hope that that made sense. Again, I hope that it brought you some insight. Thank you so much, Pile 2, for allowing me to read for you again today. And I hope that you have a beautiful day. Hello, Pile 3. We are now moving on to you. And we are looking at what is coming up next in your love life. Okay, what is next? What is going on? Okay, let's see, pile 3. Okay, pile 3, what's next? Okay, so the first two cards to jump out were Eight of Cups and the Hermit. To me, that signifies that you've been single for a minute. It can indicate that you've been single for a minute and you've done a lot of the work. Okay, you've focused on, you've focused on self-love and self-care. You've done meditative work. You've focused on opening up your heart to receive love. Oh my goodness. Of a higher vibration, and it's fucking paying off. Oh my goodness, we have 9 of Cups and we have 4 of Wands. So you've spent time by yourself. You've done the work, basically. You've done the work. You've focused on self-love. You've focused on self-care. And to me, again, I've been trying to leave these open-ended. Pile 2 mainly focused on singles, but I feel like, again, like pile 1, pile 3 could be signifying a single person that's going to be moving forward into this relationship, or it could signify that your relationship that you're currently in is going to be deepening in the level of commitment. But I may oscillate between the two, but if not, take it how it resonates, because this is the person of your dreams and you are the person of their dreams, and there's going to be a lot of forward movement within this connection. There's going to be a continuing deepening of the level of commitment within the connection. There's a lot of love here, and there's a lot of emotional fulfillment. And I love the Nine of Cups because it does indicate this dream come true. But I love it even more because, to me, and I say this about the Empress a lot too, both cards to me bring forth this perfect mixture of emotional intimacy and physical intimacy. Basically indicating that, like, when you have those two things, that really can make for a beautiful, loving, romantic relationship. Okay, there's a lot, even with the Four of Wands, similar core values. Okay, so what's coming up next in your love life? It's kind of like you've done the work and you are now attracting and opening yourself up to, or you already have opened yourself up to this very, I want to say, like, high vibrational love. You know, this very beautiful love story. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, Bubba. Okay. We then have the King of Swords jump out. The King of Swords to me can indicate at times, okay, now. So this to me is more so representing past energy, because we have the Ten of Swords in reverse indicating things that you have already healed from. And I feel like in the past, you might have dealt with people that never really told you how they felt about you. Okay, and then with the Ten of Swords, of course, this would bring up relationship trauma, like betrayals, getting cheated on, not being treated well within a relationship, and also people that never really opened up to you or told you what it was that they were going through. Or what was on their, Jesus. You know, people that never really told you what was on their mind or what they were going through. You know, people that were very, very emotionally closed off, and people that hurt you. And of course, there could be overlap there. You could have been dealing with somebody that never really expressed themselves and also at the same time hurt you badly in doing so. Oh my goodness. But we then have the Six of Cups and the King of Cups. And the Six of Cups I do look at as this card of growth. So again, there's this message of, you know, shit's gone down in your love life, but this is what you're attracting into your love life right now. Whether it's there or it's coming in shortly. And that this is a love that, this is like what it is that you've been working toward. You know, you releasing, because the Ten of Swords being in reverse can indicate to me that you've really been working on releasing. Very similar energy, let's say, to the Eight of Cups and the Hermit, in that sense of you've cleared out a lot of the gunk that was holding you back from opening yourself up to this type of love. Okay, and again, that type of love is well on its way. This is the type of love that you have been working toward. This is why you've been growing. This is why you've been evolving, is to attract, energetically attract this loving, fulfilling, happy, healthy, supportive, uplifting romantic relationship. And again, with the King of Cups, we see emotional intimacy. We see similar core values. We see somebody who is beyond trustworthy and they feel that you're beyond trustworthy. We see mutual respect, and just a lot of love and a lot of support toward the other person. That this is somebody that you could go to for anything. This is somebody, unlike the King of Swords, somebody who is very emotionally expressive. Somebody where you never have to guess what is on their mind. Somebody that's never going to confuse you, because you could tell through their actions how much they love and appreciate and value you. Let's see if we can get any more tarot cards. If not, we might just move on to the oracle cards. Ooh. We have the Page of Swords. Going back, I do feel like this is indicating that this is somebody that you've been waiting for a long time. Like you've dealt with a lot of shitbags, and this is somebody that you've been waiting for a bit of time, but you utilized that time that you spent by yourself. You utilized it by focusing on yourself. You utilized it by learning things about yourself and growing and evolving as a person, really focusing on personal growth and spiritual growth. Oh my goodness. Just do one card at a time. Sorry, baby. I keep hitting my dog. And now this commitment is on the way with that Hierophant card. So there is love and commitment coming your way. That's what's coming up next. You've done the work. You've done the work. Of course, always continue to do the work. You know, like the journey never ends. The healing journey never ends. The self-healing, self-love, self-care journey, it never ends. But you've done the work. You've utilized your time wisely. And this connection is either currently in your life and it's going to continue to grow and to evolve and to expand. Or this love is on its way to you. You know, I also just heard like you've waited long enough. It's on its way. But you've put in the work. You've put in that self-work. Oh my goodness. Wow. Oh my God. Wow. So we have total connection and we have engagement ring. Okay. So again, if you're already in a relationship with this person, expect for it to continue to grow and to evolve and to expand. So if you've been in a relationship for a while, then obviously expect that engagement ring. If this is a newer connection or if this is somebody you still have yet to meet, then this engagement ring card really signifies their wanting to deepen the level of commitment within the connection. That this isn't somebody who's going to string you along. This is somebody who's looking to start a life with someone. Then with the total connection card, I've got butterfingers today. Like-minded, resonance and intimacy, which was the literal first message that came through with the Nine of Cups. Of there being an immense amount of healthy and happy physical and emotional intimacy, and how the two of you will continue to build that throughout time with one another. Compatible personality types and healthy relationships, healthy attachment styles. Okay? Absolutely beautiful messages. I'm so excited. Okay, so yeah, so again, it really just depends on what part of the puzzle that you're currently at. We have girl talk indicating time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment, having fun. And I feel like for most of us, this is exactly where you're at right now. You know, this is exactly where you're at. You're enjoying your singlehood. You're using your singlehood to add to your life. You're not like sitting... You're not just sitting here miserable that you're not in a relationship type of thing. You've truly used your singlehood to focus on yourself, to focus on what brings you happiness, what makes you feel complete, and what makes you feel fulfilled. And let's see if we can get one more card to pop out. Okay, and then we also have the back together card, and it's funny because the other side of the deck, because I split them up, I can't shuffle them all at the same time, had the card Blast from the Past, Show Its Head, but it popped out with other cards, so I put it back in the deck. But the back together card can indicate reunited, good chance of getting back together. And I feel like this is for a very, very, very small group of people. We do also have the Six of Cups, which is the reconciliation card jump out during the tarot portion. But for some of you, this could be somebody from your past coming back into your life as well. Okay? So I think that's it. I think that's a pretty good place to end it at. There is love, a beautiful love, even perhaps like a soulmate level love coming into your life, or a highly spiritual and very strong, beautiful, loving connection coming into your life. Okay, so thank you so, so, so much, Pile 3, my tiger's eye, for allowing me to read for you today. It was such a pleasure. I hope that I was able to bring you some insight into what is coming into your love life. Thank you so, so much, and I hope that you have a wonderful day.